Hi everyone, Kenfinity here, and here's my review of Batman Begins, directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Liam Neeson, Katie Holmes, Gary Oldman, Gilligan Murphy, Tom Wilkinson, Rutger Hauer, Tin Watanabe, Mark Bourne Jr., Linus Roach, Morgan Freeman, and Larry Holden. Great cast, it really is. And this is the story of Batman, told in a really awesome back and forth kind of way, because we start off with Bruce, running in his family's garden with his best friend Rachel Dawes. And then we cut to him confronting this huge warrior while he's, training to be a warrior, after his family, after his parents pass away, his main family. And it really just cuts back and forth between these pivotal moments in Bruce's life, shaping him to be not just Batman, but just a warrior, a businessman in general and everything. Yeah, so it's really awesome seeing how he completely, stays focused on everything that's injustice. Yeah, because he meets the League of Assassins, who are this, lethal group of assassins, and they want order, but their kind of order, right? And Bruce, he doesn't want to get sucked in their kind of order, because he wants to, provide justice. Because of course his parents passed away, and we get a lot of Bruce, getting awesome training by this warrior who works for Ra's al Ghul. He's amazing, and his name right here. So it's awesome seeing how Bruce goes through the ringer to get all of the just aggression out from his past. Oh yeah, because after we get a lot of how he gets trained by this warrior and when he does League of Assassins, we go back to his childhood and how he was scared of bats growing up, and how his father, would get him out of them caves, and how his butler Alfred, gave him everything. Gave him, funny jokes, gave him everything that he needed, literally everything. And one day, of course, Bruce and his parents go to this show. It's so interesting because they cut back and forth, so it's interesting. So this is it. So they go to this awesome opera performance, and there's this bat performer. So Bruce is not having it. He wants to get out of there, right? So his parents go out of there, and they go down this dark alley, of course, and there's this street thug. It's the worst, and what happens, yeah, like no one wants, like everyone's tired of the origin story. Oh, exactly. Yeah, so of course Bruce, he is traumatized by that to get rid of the crime streak in Gotham. He has to do what he can, which is become a warrior, get trained and everything. Yeah, and it's awesome because he goes throughout all these different, villages, different places, and he ends up, I'm sure it's Tibet, I will double check, but he ends up, where the League of Assassins are, mainly are and everything. And back home, Alfred is doing everything he can. He still is the butler, so he has to take care of the Wayne Mansion and everything. And speaking of Wayne, the business is being taken over by this man named Earl, who's worked for them forever, basically. Like all of Bruce's life worked for them. And things are running pretty good, but things could run more according to what Gotham needs. It could be run better, that kind of business, that business management. And Bruce, he gets awesome training, but, I don't want to spoil. They want him to do something he would never do or to fully be an assassin. And of course, he won't be an assassin. So he uses his skills and his quick wit. He gets out of there and he goes back to Gotham. I know, it's super vague. It's awesome. So he's back, and Alfred is more than glad to have you back, sir. Welcome back, Master Wayne. And everything is going really good back in Gotham. Yeah, Rachel, she has a really good legal job, and she is conducting, investigations for this huge criminal named Falcone Marconi, Carmen Falcone, who is, literally the most ruthless You know what all of the different treetops do when they come to me? They do literally everything. So he has this plan, and he gets this diagnosis by this doctor, Dr. Jonathan Crane, who seems like he's very therapeutic and understanding. Like he's very, in tune with the criminal mind. But actually, he's a criminal because he has this fear toxin. It's so funny, these characters and everything. So yeah, he has this fear toxin, and he's working with Falcone actually to get this fear toxin into the water supply so that all of Gotham would feel them and everything. There's more to it, but that's the main, crux of the nonsense. This crime, And yeah, Crane, he is going further and further into this insanity because it's literally fear, And Bruce is, reuniting with everyone in Gotham. He's back in town. Guess who's back? And he is really getting to know this technical employee, works with all the technical merchandise, technical items, products that they sell, Lucius Fox, who gives some awesome resources after Bruce has already been working on creating gadgets and things because he wanted to protect Gotham, right? And he reconnects with a police officer who was really awesome to him, and now he's the commissioner. And Bruce, he talks to him as a vigilante, but not as Batman yet. And then, he becomes that symbol. People, instantly fear, And with Lucius, he gets an awesome mobile that will be the Batmobile called Tumbler, and it has to be black. Yeah, and it's awesome. Just getting that collection of how everything gets assembled, because it's really a great drama. And it just gets assembled into everything. So after this, Bruce confronts Crane after he becomes Scarecrow. And Falcone gets put in his place and everything. And he gets reconnected with Rachel, and she catches on, is that Bruce? And things like that, everything. And it's really awesome because so much happens in this origin story. So, long story short, Gotham is saved after finds out that I'm gonna have his name. It's like Gorad. I'm gonna have his name. I know. I'm gonna have his name. Who works for Ra's al Ghul. Is also a part of this nonsense. And Bruce has to confront him finally on the train because they're using the train to move this water supply and everything. And he confronts him and he takes care of him. And Bruce, you get that he is being the best hero he can be. And the hero that Gotham deserves. Yeah, the Gotham deserves. So he does what he has to do to his former, mentor. And he protects Gotham. And at the very end, Commissioner Gordon gives Bruce a little, artifact from a crime, that sets up a villain for the next, crime, story and everything. And it's a really awesome origin story. As you can tell, they pack so much in the origin, and it goes back and forth. Part of the reason why I had to think about it, because it goes back and forth, between when he was a kid. Because it's a good amount of him being, in Tibet and everything, and getting the training, and we're going to those flashbacks of his parents, of him first leaving Gotham, trying to confront that killer and everything, But it's awesome seeing how his morals, because at first he wanted to, get rid of that, killer, the way that he was traumatized by shooting him. Which of course, he won't do that, And it just shows his progression to him becoming the protector that Gotham, definitely needs to, be like. No violence, no shooting. You need to protect everyone. Yeah, it literally packs so much in an intricate way, and it's so dramatic. And it's so cool, like, when you see something that you recognize, it's like, because, it's so dramatic. It really is its own movie. But when it reminds you of something Batman, it's like, oh, yeah, I love it. It really sets up everything that is important about being a hero and just being a good person. Like, literally, the person that people deserve, Yeah, it doesn't matter who I am underneath. Yeah, it's what I represent that counts, and everything. It's awesome. Yeah, it's wonderful. I would have liked to see a little bit more of Bruce becoming, the warrior because of the League of Assassins, but catching on to them, a little bit more of that, and a little bit more of everyone reacting like, who is this bat, everything like that. And, you know, more Bruce investigating because he is, you know, detective and everything. But it's awesome. Amazing origin story. It's amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Please hit the notification bell knowing all new videos come out. And these videos last infinity.